We'll start out, I have a timer. We'll start out just sitting comfortably, sitting tall, breathing in slowly through your nose and out slowly through your nose. Feeling the breath go into the bottom of your lungs, down into your belly, filling you, and feeling it leave you through your nose slowly, completely exhaling it. And just notice what else you feel while you breathe. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Just relax down. Arms are heavy and hanging. And if you have any thoughts about anything, just notice that they're there and then look back at your breathing, feeling your breathing again. Let your breathing be easy. Let it go all the way through you. And as we come into our last few seconds, you can think about as you breathe. In our biblical tradition, we hear the story of our very first person being brought to life through the breath. And we can feel that when we breathe, that breathing is not just, it's not just where we get our biological life from. It enables us to be biologically alive, but it's also where we get our liveliness. Our breathing is where we laugh from, it's where we sob from. It's where we can come back to no matter what we're feeling. So just give it one more long exhale. And then we'll start working on some of those muscles. Want to begin just giving ourselves a little massage. We can not use any balls or anything fancy. We'll just make like little hooks with our hands and we'll put them on our trapezius muscles. And we'll just go, we'll reach as far down as we can and pull the muscle up and reach and pull. And as you keep breathing through your nose, we're just reaching and pulling on those muscles. As hard or as soft as feels good, just going back and forth. Still breathing. Trying to feel those muscles relax. As you inhale, you can imagine that oxygen going into those muscles, helping them calm down. And then we'll give our face a little massage. So let's warm up our hands. Just make sure your hands are nice and warm. We're going to massage our face. Our face has so many muscles in it, and they all carry so much emotion in those muscles. So we'll first start out just with the warmth in our hands and just feel it. Can you put your hands just almost on your skin and just feel the warmth from them? And then we'll take that and we'll just wash it over the top of our head and back and off. We'll just do that 5 or 6 times, washing over our head and out Feel the warmth, wash it back. You can kind of flick it off at the end. Then we'll come to our forehead and we'll just swipe across the forehead with our fingers, flick it off to the side. Then the other hand. Do this about 10 times. Just let those worries on your forehead go away. They're off. The flick's important. It changes the way you touch it. About 7. We'll just take like the knuckle on our thumb. We'll just take the knuckles on our thumb and we'll start and we'll go around our eye sockets with that knuckles. So see how I'm going like over my cheekbone, up the side, under my eyebrow bones, down my nose. We'll just make maybe 5 or 6 circles going this direction. Letting those muscles relax. We're not clay. We're not trying to mush ourselves into a new position. We're just letting those muscles know that we care about them. We want them to have movement and relaxation. When you're done, just reverse directions. Go the other direction. Remember to keep breathing. When you're done with the other direction, give your temples a little tap. We're just like sprinkling rain on them with our fingers on those temples. Then we're going to take our ring fingers. We're going to say hello to a couple different acupressure points. We're going to bring it down on the sides of our nose to the crease of our nose and then draw it out to the side. So we're just down to where our nose has its little corners and then draw it out. And you'll feel the underneath side of your cheekbone as you draw out to your ear. We'll do that about 8 times. You can experiment with going light or giving it a deep massage. Figure out what feels good for you. Remember to breathe. We're helping get oxygen and fluids into all these different areas, so we got to get the oxygen in there through our lungs. We're going to go around, once you have your about 8 times, we're going to take that same ring finger and we're going to go around our lips about 6 times, just drawing circles around that. You can think about all the smiles and frowns in your life today. Just help those muscles relax so that they can have more smiles later, or frowns if you need frowns. And after about 6 times, go the other direction. Again, you can experiment with light or deep massage. Then let's say hello to our ears. Just start on the outside of the ear and just rub it, get it warm. You can warm up your hands again if you need to. Just going at the top and like rubbing the outside all the way down.
Ow. Maybe I shouldn't do that one.
I
totally forgot that I just got a tattoo on my ear and started doing that. Oh, no.
Respect where your body is at today, Anna. And today your body has a new tattoo.
Good choice.
All right, you can warm up your hands again, and we're going to get back into those trap muscles. We're actually going to take it like a karate chop and just pick which side you want to start on, and we're just going to tap it. We're just going to karate chop our own muscle. And the goal is to have that muscle be relaxing. So if you find yourself going like, ow, 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 you're doing it too hard. So relax it. Let it get softer. You're just kind of giving it like a floppy karate chop almost. Remember to breathe into it. You can go up towards the neck, down towards the shoulder.
Did you say a fluffy karate chop?
Yeah, like a little floppy karate chop, not like an ow hard one, but like
I thought you said fluffy.
fluffy works too. You can just
It's a fluffy little chop.
yeah. And then we're gonna take like a kind of a floppy fist, like a loose open fist, and we're gonna go to this pec region here, and we're just gonna tap it. Fluffy taps, just for you. Just go all around that region where your pec minor muscles are, to just waking them up, telling them hello. So your nervous system is always looking for input from your body. And so we're giving the nervous system some input by just tapping. Okay. And then we're going to take this and we're going to just keep tapping down the outside of our arm, all the way down our arm to the back of our hand. And then turn the hand over, tap in there a little bit, and then gently, nicely up the inside. And we're going to make 3 cycles of that. So that was our first one. This is our second one, going down the outside of the arm. Back up the inside. Say hit a little of the trap on the way if you want. And then on your third one, we're going to go smoothly and just smooth it out and then do 3 cycles like that smoothly. 2. All right, you can shake your arms out and just check in. How does that arm feel? How does that side feel? How does your other one feel?
Fluffy.
Yeah, and then we'll come back to this side now. So get your fluffy chop, karate chop out. Just tapping it. It's giving the nervous system some repeated input. It'll figure out what to do with the input. Remember to keep breathing, slow exhales through the nose. When you're ready, you can make that softer, soft fist. And talk to the pec muscles. And when you're ready, you can start going down the outside of your arm, just tapping all the way down. Pausing on your palm for just a second, and then going back up. Third time through. And after the third tapping cycle, going smooth and slowly. Outside and inside. And after you do your 3 rounds of smoothing it out, your last one, you can just go whoop off the end, just flick it off. We'll get into our wrists and hands a little bit. I'm hoping your shoulders and arms are just like feeling great right now, more relaxed. You can breathe a little better. We'll just like open and close our wrists a few times, our fingers a few times, making a fist, extending out to a wrist, warming those up. Then we'll switch to some wrist circles. Start with going outside, like lead with your middle finger and go out. Then almost like you're picking up some silk cloth and then around back in and then out. Belly dancers do this a lot. It's kind of fun. And then reverse the other direction. It's harder the other direction. It's okay. Then we're going to pick a hand to start with. You can warm up your hand and fingers a little bit. We're going to give each of our fingers a massage. Just start with your pinky and just start at the very bottom knuckle. Move that bottom knuckle around a little bit, however feels good. And squeeze the sides. Rub it back and forth. Feel each knuckle on your way all the way to the tip. You can kind of squeeze the sides of the nail and rub the tip of it. And give in between a little rub. The next one, same thing. Start with the bottom knuckle and rubbing. Try to get everywhere on that finger. Our fingers do so much for us. You can kind of twist the skin over it and squeeze at the end. In between to the next one. And just go at your own pace with your fingers. Remembering to breathe. And if you get to the thumb, give it a good rub at that big bump at the bottom of the thumb. Really kind of squeeze it and move it around. And shake it out when you're done. And check in with your hands again. A couple of open and closes, just noticing any differences. And other hand, starting with the pinky. Massaging all the way up.
I can totally do this when I'm in boring meetings.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, right? Don't forget in between the fingers a little bit.
Okay, Bonesy. Please don't step on my foot. He looks so confused. He doesn't know what to do.
Hazards of floor workouts in our home.
He just like appears wherever we are.
It's like the minute you get on the floor, you just like in the dog's vision, you transform into a puppy. And that means you want to play.
Bones just gets really concerned and it will come over and he's like, "What's wrong? Why are you on the ground?" And we're like, "We're doing a thing."
Did we
Yeah.
tell you
That you brought over the
Sophie and I
balls.
did the last workout and he went and dug his ball out of the pile
He's
and
a
brought
smart
it over
dog.
and dropped it on our laps.
He's a
It was
weirdly
very
smart
cute.
dog.
I like your dog.
Want to be included, Mom.
I'm on my first finger now, pointer finger. It's kind of getting circulation in there, giving the nervous system something to do. I'm going in between. And I'm finishing up with really rubbing that muscle at the bottom of the thumb. Any direction that feels good. And as you finish, just shake it out. Let it get some new blood, new oxygen in there. We'll do a little rotations on our wrists where we put our pinkies together and then we roll until our thumbs go together. And keep the bottom of the palms together and then roll. Go slowly and feel each of your joints articulating as you go around. And go back the other direction when you're ready. Gonna open and close. And this is the part where we start working on our legs. So Anna, skip whatever you want to skip. Go back to do something different whenever you want to. But first, let's say hello to our kidneys. We're just gonna kind of lift an arm up and take our other arm and find that spot over here. Just gonna slap it a few times. And at the bottom of your lungs there, your kidneys and your organs are back there. One of those things in Chinese medicine where it's like, just wake it up. And switch sides. Do a lot on our upper body, our middle. And then sit in a way where your legs can be out in front of you, however that's comfortable for you. And we're gonna start, we're gonna take both loose, floppy, fluffy fists. We're gonna start at our glute. We're gonna be like tap, 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 all the way down to our ankle. And over around our ankle, and then back up the inside. And same thing with our arms. We're gonna go 3 times around and then smooth and flick off at the end. Go as light or as deep as feels good to you today. Definitely get the side of the glutes. Don't like start here, start back here. And after the third smooth round, just flick it off the end. And then we'll do some stuff with our knee. Just find a comfortable place for your knee and be gentle, but give your knee some slaps. Gentle, loving slaps. More like you're clapping for it than you're hitting it.
Good job, knee. We made it through another day.
Oh, I couldn't hear you there.
Oh, I'm saying good job, knee.
Yeah, good job, knee. Knee's
Another
doing good.
Another day in the books with my knee.
Yeah. We'll come down here to the ankle. We'll say hello to the ankle too, and we'll give the ankle some gentle input. And if you want to sit on the floor or in a chair, we're gonna bring our foot so we can work on our foot here. So whether you're on the ground like me or you sit in a chair, but cross your knee over. And we're gonna take care of our toes the same way we took care of our hands. So you might want to get a little more warmth back into your hands. You can start with your pinky toe and same thing. We're just gonna massage that bottom joint, bring it out to the top. My good news is that none of my bones were actually broken in the end. It was a blood vessel that was broken and caused a hematoma. And turns out
What happened?
when I broke my toe, I didn't actually break the bone. That's my good.
Oh,
It was
goodness.
other things that were broken that were healing faster and easier than a bone did, according to the X-ray.
Isn't that like a blood clot?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That dangerous?
No.
Okay.
Doctor said it was okay. It was healing fine.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yep. But
I
yeah,
think
when you get to the
hematomas
end of
can
the
be
toes,
dangerous.
make sure you give them a little squeeze to the side of each nail. And say hello
I
in
think
between the toes too.
hematomas can be dangerous if they're like in your brain or in your blood vessels.
Yeah, this was just in the muscle. Basically, it was a fancy word for you got a really big bruise. Turned out okay. So I'm on my big toe now. Just really massaging it all around. Our feet are another body part that's kind of easy to forget sometime. But we want to keep them healthy and happy. Those of us who go backpacking, there's a phrase amongst backpackers that's you're only as happy as your feet are. Bring an extra pair of woolen socks is the advice there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our heel. I'll turn so you can see. We're going to go to our heel with our two thumbs, and we're going to press with our two thumbs a line from the heel to each toe. So 5 lines total. I'm just going to go in order, pressing from the heel all the way till we get to the base of each toe. When you're done with that, we're going to make our hand like a claw. We're going to go around our ankle, and we're just going to squeeze. Line around the outside of the ankle. Did I say ankle? I meant heel. Around the outside of the heel. There we go.
I understood. That didn't even process. I was like, yeah, this is my ankle.
Awesome.
Me too.
Ankle.
Yeah.
I don't question you, Ashley.
Me either. I just did the same thing and was like, ankle.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to catch me. You guys got to catch me if I say the wrong thing. But next up, we'll take our thumbs again, and we'll just walk up with our thumbs and our fingers, the back of our lower leg around that calf, just kind of squishing it, giving it some space from the bone, giving the muscles some spaces between each other so that they can function independently and have appropriate boundaries with your other parts of anatomy and all that. Just walk it up and down a couple times, softening everything up. When you get back down to your foot, just hold the foot in one hand, take the other hand, and backwards actually. Hold it in one hand, take the other hand, and right here in the middle of the foot, we're gonna smack it a couple times. Then we'll shake our legs out and switch sides. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Okay. How do we start? Oh yeah. Tapping from the glute down to the ankle. So you can do this in a chair if that makes it easier for you. You can do it during a work meeting. Whatever works.
We'll do that now. I think that'll make it easier for me.
Switch to smoothing after 3. And after 3, do one more just to flick off the end. And let's see, get to a place where we can clap on our knee a little bit. And then bring it down, clap around the ankle a little bit. And get in a position where we can massage those toes. Starting at our pinky toe. You might want to warm up your hands a little bit again. Get into that pinky toe. Help each little joint at the bottom of each toe. Squeezing on the sides of the nail along the pad. Twisting it around a little bit, rotating it. Being gentle and nice to it, of course. As always, nothing should hurt. Should be comfortable. Don't forget to get in between the toes a little bit before moving on to the next joint.
Can I tell a short story?
Absolutely.
Talking about backpacking reminded me that of one of the most beautiful examples of humanity I have ever seen. And also one of the most like Christian things I've ever seen. Like as in Christ-like. It was actually hiking. And hikers were massaging each other's feet by a river. And it was like they were washing each other's feet in the river. Mm-hmm. And then giving foot massages, just like you could tell, it was totally relaxing, and everybody's feet hurt, and they were literally washing and massaging each other's feet.
I love that. It's just Edenic, you know. It's like Eden.
Yeah,
you know.
It was. I mean, it wasn't just any kind of backpacking. It was on the Camino de Santiago, which is the pilgrimage trail in northern Spain, from southern France to the tip of northwestern Spain. So it was, people on a pilgrimage kind of journey. But even so, I think like a lot of people kind of like had this mentality of, we're going to get to the destination. We're going to finish the pilgrimage. Yeah. And these people were like, we're going to wash and massage each other's feet. That's how we're going to get there.
Did you join in?
I did not. But I did I did befriend them somewhat, and I walked a little ways with them the next day. But they had been walking together for a while before that, and I don't want to bust in on their thing,
Yeah, that sounds wonderful just to be around for a little bit, though.
Yeah, it really was nice.
Then your two thumbs.
I walked a tiny
heel, not the ankle, the heel, and pressing a line to each toe.
Okay.
Thanks for that story.
I walked a tiny part of that pilgrimage route right around San Sebastian.
Ooh.
Matt and I were there over our 30th anniversary?
No, 25th. 28th.
One of our anniversaries, Matt had a conference in San Sebastian, and I went along.
Oh.
It was really beautiful. I loved San Sebastian. It was so pretty.
I've never been there. I'd like to go back. I'd like to do sections. I was studying abroad in Spain, and I had a long weekend or a break or something, I don't remember. think I was like towards the end of the semester, and so there were like no classes for 2 weeks. And all I had to do was study for exams. It's like, I don't need 2 solid weeks, just study for exams. Claw. Claw around the ankle.
Heel.
Ankle.
The other way.
Ankle.
So I just did the last 100 kilometers, or roughly 100 kilometers, to end in Santiago. And I had a friend I wanted to visit in Santiago too. So
Nice.
I did Camino light. But I mean, it just made me want to go back and do the whole thing, probably in parts, because it's really an undertaking.
It's long.
Yeah. Ankle, calf.
Calf.
Okay,
Two thumbs, just walking up and down the calf.
thanks.
Hello? Hi. Yes, please. It's like Vaseline, sort of.
It'll be with the lotion.
It'll be with lotions. So.
And then once you're done going up and down, hold the foot in one hand. And give it a slap right there in the middle. A few times. We forgot to do this on the other side, but we can add it in here. You can take your whole foot and just kind of gently wring it out like you're wringing water from a washcloth. Just kind of mobilize all those bones in there by just pulling it in 2 different directions at once. Helps get warmth and new blood in there too. And after wringing out our foot a little bit, we can actually stand up and we'll wring out our whole spine a little bit too. I think would feel good right now. So I'm going to switch cameras and we'll find a standing spot. You can kind of shake out when you stand up and just see how that feels to stand in your body after that kind of head to toe massage. Something nice we can do for ourselves no matter what's going on in the world. And we're gonna just take our arms and we'll take them like in and across and then bring them out so you can feel your like heart shining forward. I know that's cheesy, but it works. So sometimes when we feel stressed out, we tend to protect our heart a little bit. So we can give it that protection, but also give it the space to open up. And we'll just take this through a few times, going slowly with the breath, exhaling when we open. You can inhale when you kind of almost hug yourself, and exhale when you really just allow yourself to open as is comfortable. Sometimes your right arm goes underneath. Sometimes your left arm goes underneath. And try to feel the whole motion. So you're not kind of just throwing yourself around. Just feeling almost like you're swimming through water. Like your fingertips can just kind of go like through water. Then you can let your arms down, but let your heart still shine open. Let your shoulders still open up. Feel safe knowing that you can open up. We're going to start with our foot, pushing one foot into the ground, and you can feel the pressure as you push that one foot turn you a little bit at a time. Your heel can come up, and then your arm reaches up in that direction. And then you bring it back down to center. Push through the other foot, same thing. Feel it, the pressure on your foot turning you until finally your arm reaches. You have a long line. and then back to center. We'll go through that a couple times slowly, and then you can get in a rhythm with your breathing. Going at your own pace, but feeling the stretch at the end, feeling yourself in center, and feeling the next stretch at the end, along with your breathing, however is comfortable. You can imagine you're like reaching to pick a fruit off of a tree each time. And you can come back to center. And this time we're going to twist to the side, leaving our arms down, and to the other side, going slowly at first, and then picking up space, picking up the pace. So you can feel it's like your spine is ringing out just like we did with your foot. All those little bones articulate and move. You're standing tall, your head is moving towards the ceiling, and everything in your body just rotates. And your arms just kind of follow. They're just like dead weight as your middle rotates back and forth. And you remember to breathe slowly through your nose. Let's come back down to the floor. Let's see where we're at on time. Okay. So one more relaxing thing I want to do before we finish up, because we're almost at time, or probably a little over time even, is with the purple ball. I think I've shown some of you this before, but with your purple ball, we're going to just use our neck and our breathing to help talk to our vagus nerve. I won't go into technical stuff, but the nerves that run through our neck that help with our heart rate and our relaxation response. We're going to start taking the ball and we'll just put it in our neck like this, and let's start twisting it inward. So we'll twist it in, and when you twist it, you'll feel your skin get twisted up with it. So we'll twist in and then exhale and just slide it under our chin to the other side. Inhale, twist it in with your skin. Exhale and slide it to the other side. We'll just follow that with our breathing for a minute before we switch directions. Long, slow exhale through the nose as you go across. Twist it up. And so it is kind of pulling on your skin a little bit, and that's a good thing. Once you've done that a few times, instead of twisting in, go the other direction. Twist it outwards and then across. And twist it outwards and breathing as you go across. So it's almost like a skin massage. And a couple more times. When you feel done with that, just notice your body. Say hello again. A few deep breaths. Let your shoulders just sink away from your ears so you have a long neck. You can be tall Be strong in your spine. Breathing into all of your lungs and through your whole body. Give your lungs a little bit of gratitude, feeling grateful for that breath that keeps us alive and keeps us lively. Fills our entire body, everywhere we just worked on. Your oxygen can get there fresh and revitalizing with each breath. And I just want to say thank you for doing this little bit different series with me tonight. I hope it was helpful and relaxing and brings you back into your body.
Thanks
It
for
was wonderful.
Yes.